Hey everybody, Enchantress here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, screenplays, and broadcaster of astrology. I'm here to give you the daily astrological update for Thursday, February the 12th. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. The sun will be in Aquarius at 23 degrees, sextiling Chiron and Aries until about 2:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's been there since around that time Wednesday afternoon, ushering in healing as it pertains to friends, goals, social groups. It could be like a mothering energy, a nurturing energy. It could also be healing one's image as well. Okay, so did I say it's affecting placements between 20 and 26 degrees of any sign? This is a supportive aspect that ushers in, like I said, healing, and it gives you the ability to understand your personal insecurities, but use them as a source of strength, wisdom, or even creative or strategic thinking instead of letting it hinder you. Under these energies, one can be brave, intuitive, curious, intellectual, gifted in literary and artistic pursuits, cheerful, weak-willed, and carefree. One may overcome tiredness and sickness and obtain the energy to overcome obstacles. Success and recognition can be had, and here you may take charge where others have been running the show. Some will choose to sit back and let others do their thing, but that's only because, or they'll not pay as much attention to something else just because they know and have the confidence that they're appreciated elsewhere, so they don't need to show up and show out. These can be sensual energies, so don't let someone you are attracted to get you into trouble, okay? Now, you can check my astrology on my Facebook page at author Enchantress in the morning to see exactly how it's affecting each and every sign, okay? Now, let's move along to Venus in Pisces. This is going on all day until noon on Thursday. Venus will be in Pisces at 2 degrees, and it's squaring Lilith retrograde in Sagittarius until about noon. This pertains to Eastern Standard Time. This pertains to romance, finances, and pleasure pursuits, where you have placements between 0 and 5 degrees of Sagittarius, Gemini, Pisces, and Virgo. You're affected by these energies. And here you want to kind of watch your knee-jerk reactions and don't let them get you in a bind, because this can lead to like emotional turmoil, you feeling like you have to challenge societal norms, especially as it pertains to like relationships or partnerships. You may struggle with your boundaries, and you might allow your dark side to get the best of you, or your passions to get the best of you, because we're talking about Lilith. So this is like temptation and things like that. Under these energies, one can be gorgeous, generous, generous, sensitive, secretive, wise, gentle, intellectual, and devoted. You might feel like somebody is gorgeous. Be sure to make wise decisions as it pertains to love and finances, but this can be a struggle with you keeping your word, but you're trying, okay? Here, one may treat others equally regardless of status. Peace and assistance can be had. Money can come in as well as honors, or someone can simply praise you for something. Success can be had within your... Sorry about that. I had a call come in. Success can be had within your professional pursuits, education, medicine, finance, diplomacy, and religion. Here, you are seen, supported, and admired. Moral virtue and success will cause jealousy, and people will slander your name in an attempt to ruin your reputation, but they won't prevail, because nobleness of heart and your sincerity is seen by those who it needs to be seen by, Moving along, Mercury and the North Node in Pisces are at 9 degrees. So this affects any placements between 6 and 12 degrees of any sign in your chart. Communication can come in, and it'll pertain to a higher aspiration. And under these energies, you could be fiery, discerning, or independent, whether you're getting a blessing, assistance, or an opportunity, or you're working on a higher aspiration, putting effort into it. Success and recognition can be had in career, in projects that you take the initiative in, that you initiate, in religion, law, literature, all of those things. Trials can be overcome. Prejudices can be fought. And wherever you feel like an injustice has been done toward you, it can be fixed, abolished. Now, that's pretty much all day. Now, moving along to a 2-hour transit. It starts at 8:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the moon in Sagittarius at 27 degrees will make a fated yet karmic aspect to Uranus and Taurus. This speaks of sudden or unexpected challenging circumstances or a situation as it pertains to your wealth, your worth, your resources, your education, your skills, long distance travel, or what you think and preach. Okay. This can also create tension, anxiety, instability, and uncertainty, where you have placements between 24 and 29 degrees of Sagittarius and Taurus. You're affected by these energies. Under these energies, one can be more watching, stalk. And I would say, with that tension and anxiety and uncertainty and instability, especially if you have placements between 24 and 29 degrees of Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, or Gemini, because they square that Sagittarius at 27 degrees. So, you can have issues with that. Even Cancer and, let me think. Cancer and Taurus. Yeah. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving along. Under these energies at 8:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for 2 hours, one can be stalking you, watchful, determined, hardworking, active, ambitious, and conceited. One is not afraid of their responsibilities, even if they seem to pop up at random, or no matter how tough they are, they overcome those obstacles. Here, one fulfills their tasks calmly, slowly, steadily, and smoothly, and sometimes under someone else's supervision, protection, or help. Recognition can come from recognition, or money can come in unexpectedly because you may have had a lack of competence or unable to do something yourself. Projects could have failed, but if you could have sudden assistance come in, just make sure you acknowledge the assistance and kindness of other people who are protecting you or helping you, because you wouldn't have been able to do it alone if not. Now, moving along to another 2-hour transit. It starts at 12:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the moon in Sagittarius at 29 degrees will be squaring Saturn in Pisces. This notes a challenge or effort required. This can place a restriction or responsibility on you behind the scenes, where you have placements between 26 and 29 degrees of Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, and Gemini. This could see you having issues expressing your feelings. You may feel cold or detached. You might emotionally isolate yourself. Overall, it's a transit that you need to really kind of like tap into your self-discipline, your resilience, and your maturity. Under these energies, you could be secretive, intuitive, independent, conceited, and selfish, or someone else could be that way. But you'll need to utilize your intelligence and wisdom so that you can accomplish a task, because the task will require like sustained effort, time, and concentration. Okay. But money can be gained and success if you concentrate and take the time to do what you got to do. Someone here also that you're dealing with may have a big ego and be hiding their mediocrity under like haughtiness. They may act like or copy other people's work or fake other people's work, mimic other people. But if they mind their morals and have high standards, they'll utilize their intelligence for the collective good. Just beware of acting superior to other people, or you will scare them off. Some people might feel alienated or inferior, which could cause them to flee or detach. So just be mindful of that, okay? Mind your manners. Be nice. By 12:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when the sun will shift to 24 degrees of Aquarius until around the same time on Friday, around noon on Friday. This pertains to friends, goals, and social groups, and it affects placements between 21 and 27 degrees of any sign. Check the astrology to see exactly how it's affecting every sign when I post it in the morning on my Facebook page at author E-Ray Taronic. But under these energies for 24 hours, people can be violent, vindictive, and passionate, especially if you have placements between 21 and 27 degrees of Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer, and Virgo. Okay, it could deal with home and family, work, health, during your daily routines, where you are of service to other people. Just be mindful of that, because people could be brutal or evil-minded or mischievous. Okay, Hopefully that's not you doing that, but somebody could do that to you. Now, it's important to know right from wrong so you don't get locked up or shunned or put in the crazy home. If you're feeling aggressive, exercise or do something active, to run that energy out. Okay. Moving along to the next transit. It's a 2-hour transit and it starts at 2:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the moon in Capricorn at 0 degree will be squaring Neptune in Aries, and it notes a challenge or effort required, and it imposes on your image, how you're seen. Okay. So you can have issues balancing 2 jobs or 2 relationships. But there is a wish or desire, a dream or fantasy that you're working on where you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees of Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, and Aries. I would even say Leo and Gemini as well between that 0 and 3 degrees. This is where you could struggle with reality or your boundaries, or you could be making a person or a situation seem better than it is. You could be confused. You could feel disappointment about a relationship. Under these energies, you could be, anybody could be insightful, clever, dual-minded, intuitive, discerning, able to assess people's true motives and why they're doing what they're doing or how they're feeling. They could be they could be aggressive, tough, well-equipped, and passionate. Here, one may successfully spy on another person or be watching another person. But success can be had in diplomacy, film, and human resources. Do know that you may have to work 2 jobs, or someone you're dealing with could be living a double life, okay? Especially if they have those placements I talked about. They can even have 2 lovers or 2 partners, okay? So be aware of the person you're dealing with, okay, or who's coming your way. Here, you'll have to utilize your intelligence or your strength in order to accomplish keeping your rights and assets protected, because some of the desires that you want could put your finances in jeopardy. Okay. So, or in jeopardy of being taken, or, divorce, child support, any of that stuff. Don't let temptations like sex, gambling, vices, or passions prevail over your major goals, because you can be seduced. Now, if you are going through that divorce or separation or things like that, just make sure you're doing it in the right way and it's known, to the other person that, this is what's happening. Okay. Because you don't want to make somebody mad and then they try to be vengeful towards you. Anyway, moving along to the next 2-hour transit. It starts at 8:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is the last transit I want to talk to you guys about. The moon in Capricorn at 3 degrees will be sextile to Venus in Pisces. This is about romance, finances, and pleasure pursuits. And it ushers in some type of assistance or an opportunity where you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees of Pisces, Capricorn, Taurus, and Scorpio. I would even say Cancer and Virgo can see benefits as well. Under these energies, one can come off sweet and charming, adorable, loving, kind, social, and things like that. Under these energies, one can also be thinking or plotting over something. They could be coming out of seclusion, be noble, reflective, kind, and inventive. One may achieve success, money, or a prominent position in education, law, religion, philosophy, the arts, craft industry, healing, research, things of that nature. Justice comes in, especially if you have higher ideals. And for some of you, it might be best if you work alone. Okay. Thanks for sticking around for the daily astrological update. Don't forget to check my page on Facebook at author E. Ray Taronic for the written astrology to see how it affects each and every sign. Okay. And you can compare it to your chart. Thanks for sticking around for the daily astrological update. Bye now.